What's up, fam? How are you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for coming. If it's your second time or third time, just know that I really do appreciate you. If this is your first time joining this channel and you've just, maybe this is the first video you're watching on my channel and you have no idea who this is, my name is christineger, just like it's written on my channel. The name of my channel is christineger and that's my name. And on this channel, we get to talk about healthy habits where I share with you different ideas on how you can take care of yourself, on how you can put yourself first, and on how you can build yourself and love yourself. You are the first priority and you matter. Like you watching me right now, you do matter and your health really do matter. And I also share with you my entrepreneurial journey, like my entrepreneurship journey, how I started my company and all that. So there are quite a number of things that I do share on this channel. I also touch on lifestyle because I do different vlogs, and I also share with you, like bring you along whenever I travel. So I do travel videos as well. So on today's video, I'm going to share with you how to set boundaries and stop people pleasing habits. If you're watching this and you're the kind of person who find yourself doing things just to please people, I'm going to share with you ways on how you can actually set boundaries. Yep. And I have my YouTube book here, which I've been having since I started my YouTube channel, and I think it's been here for quite some time. Like I've used it, it's almost full by the way, so I need to change, but I have points here that I'm going to be referring to because I wrote them earlier before I came on this camera. So yeah, so the first point, the first thing that you need to do to stop this is know your priorities. What's the most important thing to you and what the least important things to you? You know, when you list them down and you know, maybe the most important thing to me is taking care of myself and maybe going to the gym and working out every morning, or maybe, you know, because if you don't know what's important to you, you'll not be able to know what exactly you're supposed to be doing, you know. So you'll just be mixing yourself up, and whenever someone says, hey Christine, can you take me to Diani, I mean, like, of course I would love to go to Diani, but someone says, you get what I'm saying, like someone tells you that, hey Christine, please do this for me, and then you're just there running, you know. So when you have your priorities right, you'll be able to set healthy boundaries. The second thing you need to do is do things that only make you feel good about yourself. For example, I'm not a fan of watching rugby, but I have this person who wants me to go and just watch rugby, and I find myself every day I'm going there, like not every day but every weekend we are running there to watch rugby, and I'm not a fan of watching. It doesn't make me feel good. Maybe for me, I like watching football, you know, so I'll definitely want to watch football. But again, I'm not telling you to stop doing things with your friends, stop accommodating your friends. I'm not saying that, but just don't do things for the sake of it because you're trying to please someone else. Just do things that makes you feel good about yourself. If you are going to watch that rugby with your friend and it's going to make them feel good and it's someone that is very important to you, then make them, like, just have that conversation with them and tell them that, okay, I don't enjoy watching rugby, I can't be doing it every weekend, but maybe once in a while we can be doing it. And then the other person also try and just accommodate you. Let's say you're a fan of football and you enjoy watching football, so you can bring them along to your football games. Like maybe now you balance it. Just don't do things for the sake of pleasing the other person and you yourself, you're not benefiting, like it's not making you happy. You know, it's about yourself. Put yourself first. Then the other people, when you're happy with yourself and everything that you do with yourself, I think the people around you will also be happy with you or something like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's what I do, and maybe you can borrow it. The third point is always learn how to say no. Say no and move. Say no and don't give excuses. Let's say your friends have invited you to go somewhere for a certain event and you're trying to say that, oh, you know, on Saturday I'll be going to do this and that, I don't think I'll be able to come, oh, blah blah. No, just say no, you're not going, period. What's the point of giving excuses, like giving, you know, just say you're not going, and you don't have to explain why you're not going. You're not going because you don't want to go, period. If they love you, they care about you, they will respect your decision. If they don't, then it's the problem. But just say no and that's it. That's it. You don't have to give unless you feel like you really want to give that, you know, that tell them the reason why you're saying no. But learn how to say no and be okay with it. And they will also learn how to be okay with it. And even not just to your friends, to even your family members too, like even to your parents. Sometimes you can say no to them as well. I'm not telling you to be rude, by the way. I'm not telling you to be rude. I'm just telling you to learn how to say no, and that's it. It's your decision. You know, you have your own reasons why you said no, so it's okay. I don't have to question your answer because there is an option. When someone asks you something, you can either say yes or say no. Choose no if you don't feel like it, and run with it. Like, it's all about you. What makes you feel good? If it doesn't make you feel good, like on the other point, I think it was on point number 2, do things that only make you feel good. If that thing doesn't make you feel good, say no to it and move. And this point is going to bring us to our 4th point, which is be very firm with your answer. Don't be shaky, because if you become shaky, they won't trust you. They won't believe you the next time you'll be telling them no. They'll still try and convince you to do this and that. So when you decide that you're not going to do something, stick to that. Yeah, unless you've sat down with yourself and realized that, hey, I think if I go to this place, I'll be able to achieve this and that, But if not, just be firm with your answer. Don't be saying no and then you're like, oh, okay, all right, I can. Be firm with your answers. When it's no, it's no. When it's yes, it's yes. Just like that. Simple like that. So the 5th point is offer an alternative if you can. For example, when it comes to work, let's say there's this client who wants you to do a design for them and their budget is way lower, and you feel like it's something that unfortunately your team will not be able to do. You get? So what you do is just you say no, and then of course you can't do the job, but you give them an option if you can. I'm not telling you to do it by force, like just give them an alternative. For example, in this case, there's a client who wants me to design something for them and their budget is $5,000, and my design goes by, when I say $5,000 I mean $50. And in my company we start doing our stuff, like we start working from, let's say, $100, which is 10,000. So this 5,000, so I'll refer them to someone that I know, maybe another person, another company that is doing the same thing, but their charges are way lower. If they feel like they don't want someone else to do it, then they have to match your budget. Like they have to, you meet somewhere where it's workable for you and it's also workable for them. If it's not workable for the two of you, then you tell them to go somewhere else. The 6th point is ignore guilt. It's very normal to feel guilty once you say no to something, or maybe to those important people to you, because are the ones that you'll be saying no to. Of course you'll start feeling guilty, but ignore the guilt. There's a time, I think in the beginning of the year, one of my very close family member, they wanted me to do something, and I felt like it's not, like I didn't want to be part of that particular thing because it wasn't aligning with my goals for this particular year. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be part of that. And I said no, and I went, so after that I was like, am I a bad person saying no to this thing in the family, blah blah blah? But I'm like, you know what, at the end of the day, I come first. If it doesn't make me happy, if it doesn't make me feel good, if it doesn't add up to my goals or my whatever, then unfortunately I just have to say no. So I just said no, and I no longer feel guilty about such kind of things. Like when I've said no, it's no, and I move on. This is going to bring us to our 7th point, which is run by your schedule. Yes, remember in point number 1 I was like, know your priorities and set your priorities right. Once you know your priority, then you'll be able to come up with a schedule that will help you achieve these goals, these priorities of yours. For example, I know that on Monday to Friday I'm supposed to go to the gym in the morning hours. So most of the time I try, like even on weekend, I try to spend time in my, to sleep in my house so that I'll be able to go to the gym. Because if I go far away, I know that I'll come back this side very late, and I don't like going to the gym in the afternoon or maybe in the evening. So I try to make sure that everything that I'm doing I end up spending on Sunday in my house so that I can start the next day going to the gym. So everyone, I communicate it to my friends and they know that. And that is going to bring us to our 8th point, which is communicate your boundaries. If you don't communicate these boundaries to your people, how will they know that doing something doesn't make you happy? And so just communicate. And this is something that I was able to communicate with the people that are important in my life, that I get to spend my weekends with, so they know that Christine needs to do this and this, so they have to be at this particular place. So if I do it at this particular, if I bring them to this side, then it means they'll be going against their schedule and all that, and it's they're not going to be happy about it anyway. So you communicate and make things easy. And even when it comes to family members, like I told my mom, like the things I've communicated with my mom about my boundaries on who I can stay with in my house and who I cannot stay with in my house. Because you see, I don't know if it's just me, but just African parents, sometimes our parents want to help the entire world, which is very impossible, but they try to do that, which I don't know, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. But if my mom keeps telling me that, oh, I have this aunt who's doing this and that, I want their child to be but I just make it clear. Like I made it clear with mom that this is this, and this is what I can do, and this is what I can do. So it's clear. Like you just say it in a nice way. Not that you're disrespecting them or maybe you're being rude to them. You help where you can help, and where you can't help, yeah, you let it go like that. So these things are clear. When you communicate them to people, people know. So they won't just be, you know. And sometimes the people will take it like it's rude, but sweetheart, it's for your own good, like it's for your own benefit. So if you keep doing things to please people, you'll end up not being happy. I mean, you only have one life and you only have one you. Once you die, these people will remain. They're not going to die with you. So put you first, like you're the most important person. So anyway, you have to hold yourself accountable, and that's our last point. Yes, hold yourself accountable. Like respect your decisions, respect your rules, respect every single thing about you, because once you respect them, there's no one else who's going to disrespect them. If I've decided that I'm not going to be doing whiskey, I'm not going to be doing vodka, I'm not going to be doing this, even the friends around you are going to respect that. Like they're going to respect the fact that Christine doesn't want that, Christine doesn't like that. So yeah, and if you don't respect these rules, people will just start helping you break them. You're going to start even breaking them yourself. So you're going to be there pleasing people, and you're not going to be happy. So just put yourself first, be happy, and yeah, that's it. So anyway guys, we've come to the end of this video. Let me know what's your what are some of the things that you find yourself doing just to please people, and what have you done about it? Is there anything that you've done about it? And also, if there's any point that you feel is very, very important on the 9 points that I've shared with you, kindly just let me know. Just leave a comment and let this conversation keep going. And again, if you've gotten here and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please press on that lady popping right there. And until next time, good people, kisses to you.